ultimately they can't stop the process. That's a broad question as far as what is awakening, because we're ever being awakened.
Well, what I mean is, like, as you progress to a new level, and every time you progress, there's a new set of issues or.
Well, let's put it this way: as you go on, the good part about, the comfortable part about it, as you go on, those issues become minuscule. They become real minor. It's major when you're trying to rise up, but after you get to a certain level, and the reason why those issues are minor is because of the simple fact you have detached yourself from shit that would make it a point of contention. You detach yourself from the stuff that this would be an issue later on because you have shedded a series of things. That's what in the fall of Anana, in the book Anana, Queen of Heaven, she has to descend into hell. But as she's descending, she has to take off layers of, they say her jewelry, her gold, and different things like that. She has to take off layers of things that she has learned in the human world. You see what I'm saying? To descend. Then she descends and she dies for 3 days. About like the Jesus story you got, which lets you know where they got it from. And she's hung up on a piece of them, on a hook down in the underworld for 3 days before she ascends. So here goes again. The more and more you detach yourself from things around you, the less point of contention you will have when these forces try to send stuff and all like that and all. Because the more and more you detach yourself, the more and more you become closer to your true spirit, which is a protection layer. You know, a protection layer. And that's where the heart chakra, which we'll get into in a few minutes, what that is talking about, and that goddess that sits up in there.
So once you get to the heart chakra?
The heart chakra is the key. There's a goddess that sets up in the heart chakra in both male and female. You see, this feminine principle that we're talking about is not you saying I'm a woman and you brothers got to be like women. No, women got to aspire to that particular goddess, which is unlike the behavior of women down here now. Because one thing about women, they don't like other women. That's characteristic of a behavior right there. You know something's wrong. That bitch thinks she the shit. Can't stand that bitch. You mostly likely to get with a male's agenda than you will another sister. So, and that is the reason to let you know that ultimately we're not talking about men behaving like us. That's not what this shit is talking about. This is talking about getting back to a true essence on which we fell from, which women are alienated from. You see what I'm saying? Is what we're talking about here. So we're not talking about feminism, which is a white woman concept, which she was only trying, you see what I'm saying, to get some ease from her white man because she don't give a damn about no black woman. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't us sisters, you see what I'm saying, against the brothers, because whether you like it or not, the brothers ain't even around. They locked up or dead. So you know that our plight can't be the ones that they talking about or you being a prisoner of, because the niggas is prisoners too physically. So we're talking about something that goes beyond the physical behavior. Now we can find certain things innate in women that we can aspire to, just like you can find some things innate in men. You know what I'm saying and all. You know, innate in men and stuff like that that might be beneficial. And that's just a matter of a union of your own two halves. We both have masculine and feminine sides. But going back, there's a goddess within there, and you can't, and the key here is, this is the mystery to that. Whatever it is, this goddess cannot be lied to. Within the heart chakra, you can lie to everything on the mundane world. But this goddess cannot be lied to. You can't lie to this entity. So if there's something you're trying to get past that you have been able to convince most of the world in your pain and suffering that I'm a good person, I don't know why this is happening, you must take some inventory, because you can't lie to the person up inside of you. You know what's fucked up about you. You see what I'm saying? And you can convince your ego that you are all right, but that's not the person to convince. It has to be that person on the inside of your heart, which is your true soul. And that's the person you have to convince And you can only convince it by being truthful. That's what the whole Maya thing is about. But we have lost the Camite version, or let's put it this way, the people from the University of Chicago and the British Museum and those people who've been studying our stuff for the last 100 years is not releasing large amounts of about 100 years of material. And we still getting the same little dead stuff in these little budge books and everything that they got going on. They're not releasing this. They got some stuff. But you can find these things in alternative cultures, which gives us our understand the reason why Elijah Muhammad said, no, black man, you ain't African. You ultimately higher than all that shit. Which means that ultimately we got to use everything on the globe because it's all ours. So there's alternative culture, the book, The Triadic Heart of Shiva. There's a book called The Triadic Heart of Shiva, where they make mention of that goddess inside of your heart. You see what I'm saying at all? So that's that's some material that wasn't lost out of this whole resurgence of our stuff.